Hey, today we're going to log into our Avert system and create a VM for FreeNAS. Then I'm going to show you how to use this FreeNAS script that I created. Well, actually, somebody else created it. I actually just ended up modifying it and making it work. So, what it does is let you create users in bulk. And here's the Avert Virtualization Manager. So we're just going to log into that now. Alright, this is the Avert dashboard, so we're just going to go into our virtual machines here, create a new virtual machine, and we'll just name it FreeNAS. I'm going to do bulk add. Yeah, let's just make two different drives, like a 30 and a 30, just for testing purposes. And I've got two storage domains here, one's larger than the other, so we'll just end up doing we'll put it on the VMS 0. And normally, I wouldn't suggest running FreeNAS in a VM if you're going to do it in production, but if you are going to, definitely do pre-located. So anyways, we're going to just do thin provisioning for now, because like I said, this is not a production system at all, guys. This is just for simply testing and showing how this script works. So there's one drive that's going to be used to boot the system, and then we're going to create a second drive as our storage drive. So I'm also going to use that as 30 gig. So now as you see, we have two drives here. Just have to set up the LAN interface. Alright, we're just going to go ahead and change some of the resources on the system here. So we're going to go into system, change this to 8 gigs. Let's give it 4 CPUs. Change it to my time zone. Alright. Let's go into our resource allocation. And all this is fine. I usually turn this off. IO threads, we'll give it 2. And there may be a better way to set this up. If there is, just go ahead and leave that in the comments, and we'll do it next time. But for now, all we want to do is just get the system up and running and ready for testing. So we're going to change the mode to server. Change the instance type to FreeBSD 64. And hit OK. And you know what? Actually, we need, okay, that's great. So it's going to go ahead and get that started. But we do need to set the boot drive. So let's go back in and edit. Boot options. I'm going to attach a CD. Change it to second device to CD-ROM. And then we're going to pick FreeNAS out of this list here. And there we go, FreeNAS 11.2. Okay. I think the system's ready, but let's just make sure the disks have both been created. Yeah, we're ready to go. So we're just going to go ahead and run this, and then open up the console. Alright, time to get started on the install. Alright, we're going to do install/upgrade. And here we're going to pick the drive that we want. Select one or more drives where FreeNAS should be installed. Use arrow keys to navigate to the drive. So what we're going to do is just pick our root device here. And we're just going to pick the first disk on that. And we're going to say yes, go ahead and install it. Password, we're just going to make it password. And we're going to use BIOS. And here we go. Off to the races. So remove the media, which will end up just going into the FreeNAS system here. And let's go ahead and go back to edit. I'm going to go back to boot options, and we'll do none, and we'll hit OK here. Then we're going to hit OK, and we're going to shut down the system. Normally I would just do a reboot, but in this case we're going to shut it down so that it can realize that we took that CD-ROM drive off. Alright, we're going to go ahead and start the VM. So our FreeNAS is booting up now. As soon as this boots up, we'll get the IP address and we'll be able to get to the web interface. Alright, we're to the menu, and like I said, it gives you the IP address right here so you can get into your interface. Alright, so now we're going to go to the interface. It looks like we got an IP address over there. I love FreeNAS. It's really great. I'm actually using it in production, but I also use it, for testing and at home as well. Alright, we should be root and password. Here we go. It's nice. It gives you a nice status here. Of course, this is the first time booting, so there's not a lot of information on there, but that's okay. So we're not actually here to look at that right now. What we want to look at is see the accounts that's on here. So as you can see, these are the stock users that come on the system, and it's really awesome. They've done a great job. I love this new version. And if you want to add a user, you just click add and go right here, and you would fill in this information here. But what we're going to do is called a bulk add, okay? In order to do the bulk add, you have to use the API. So what we're going to do is go ahead and go over to my website. And we're going to grab the FreeNAS code. Alright, so here is the FreeNAS code. Right here you'll see where it says download, and then there's also an example CSV file, because what you have to do is create a CSV file with the users that you want to create in it. So let's take a look at that first. Alright, so now you can see that it's got the CSV data in there and everything's set up how we want it. We're going to say OK, so we can take a look at that. So these are our test users here. Now you have a test user, you have a test user password, and then the home. So basically we don't want people to log in, so we just set this as non-existent. But this is the username, guys. This is the password field, and again, this is the home. So that's all set how we want it. We've got about 10 users in there, so we're going to go ahead and say OK. We're going to close X on that. And then we're also going to download, well actually we need to download it. So okay, we're going to download that, and then we're going to download the script file as well. Alright, now that we have those, we're going to SCP those over to the server. So let's just open a new terminal. Go to our downloads folder, and let's take a look here. So we're going to SCP new users over to the FreeNAS system. Uh-oh, SSH isn't working. That's alright. That's because it's disabled by default. So, I'm going to go back to the interface. We're going to go down to services. And look for SSH, which is on here somewhere. There it is. And we're going to enable that. Alright, so if you wanted to keep starting every time you reboot the box, of course you have to do start automatically. So, alright, so we're going to SCP the new users file over. Alright, and then we're going to SCP the script over. Alright, so there we go. So, let's go ahead and SSH in. Alright, so now we're into the FreeNAS system. We should be able to see those two files in here. And there's the bulk add file, and here's the new users file. So what we're going to do is go ahead and edit this file. We need to make sure that the IP address in this file matches the IP on our system. So let's go ahead and edit that. And of course you can use whatever editor that you would like. I like VI, so that's what I'm going to be using. Alright, so we're going to scroll down. And you can see the IP address here from my last test. So we're going to just change that to 226, but that should be whatever IP address that you see right here, guys. Okay? Now, that's all ready to go, and we need to go ahead and save this and exit. We've already got our CSV file, so what we're going to do is run it with Python, and then just type in the name of the file and let it run. Well, it's going through and processing all the accounts that we have set up in that CSV file. And we actually don't need this window open any longer because everything we need to do will be through the web interface at this point and through the SSH terminal. Alright, so we're all set there. As you can see, that seemed to run through just fine. We're going to go back to our FreeNAS interface and take a look at the accounts and see if we can see our new accounts. And here they are. User 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and our 10th user account right there. So that's it, guys. That's all you have to do. I'll put a link in the description to the website where you can grab that code from. And like I said, I did not create this code from scratch. I found some code on a forum, and it just didn't work completely. And it looked like it was pretty close. I'm not a coder in Python at all. I'm actually a PHP coder, do everything with Laravel. But I figured, I could go through, debug it, add a couple things, learn a little bit about the API. And you could actually find out quite a bit about the FreeNAS API by just going to api.freenas.org. It's got a great write-up in here. This is what I used to kind of debug that script and see what was going on. Why it wasn't working. It does work now. It's fully functional. Then there's actually two versions here. I have a second version just in case you need to use a specific group. Some people would need to use a specific group, others wouldn't. It's very easy to use, very intuitive. So if you have any questions, leave it in the comments below or shoot me an email from our website. Thank you.